Okay, sharing my screen with you, and here we are. So, guys, we started with working capital management. In that, particularly, we were there into operating cycle period. So, we have understood the meaning of operating cycle period. I will just brief you out about it, and then we will move to a practical question of it. Then we will also find the operating cycle period from the real data we have got of Reliance Industries Limited from the annual report of 1920. So you will also get a bit of an exposure of how this annual report are presented, what are the various content of the annual reports. Financial statements are also included over there. So we'll see that later on. Before that, I'll just brief you that what was that operating cycle period. If your friends haven't joined yet, please inform them to join quickly, guys. Taking you directly to the Excel file where we are going to work upon. Good. So there are two types of cycles which tells you that how fast you are rotating your cash, how fast you are converting your inventory into cash. The first one is the operating cycle period. Operating cycle period, which starts with the raw material holding period. Obviously, whatever the raw material you have got, that will be put into production in a gradual fashion and manner, right? The entire raw material stock will take some time to get exhausted in the production process. So raw material holding period plus WIP holding period, that means the time period till which your goods will remain in work in progress. The goods will remain in the production process. Then finished goods holding period, that means once the finished goods will be ready, that will also remain for some point of time in the go down till the time they are ultimately sold to the customers. So that holding period is also been included. Then once the goods are sold to customers, and if the sales is on the credit basis, then my friends, you have also given some credit period to your debtors, right? So the credit period allowed to debtors will also be included. In other words, it can be called like receivables period, receivables collection period. Now here is the point you realize your cash. So from this point to this point, there is an operating cycle period. The moment you receive the inventory in your godown in form of raw material, to the moment you collect the cash from customers, that period is called as operating cycle period. In a layman understanding, it's the period in which your inventory will get realized in cash. Now there is one more cycle which is cash conversion cycle, which is a slight modification of the operating cycle period. So friends, you have purchased raw material from your supplier, but you would also have taken some credit period from your own suppliers, right? The credit period availed from your own suppliers is something which is a benefit you have got. You will not pay the cash for that period. So the moment you receive the inventory in your go down, you are not supposed to pay the cash right at this moment. You will pay after some point of time. So cash conversion cycle tells you that what is the period when you have paid the cash to your supplier to you have realized the cash from your customer. So the period between these two time point is called as cash conversion cycle, because actual cash outlay will happen only once the period allowed by supplier is over, right? So what you will do in operating cycle formula only, operating cycle period minus, you will write uh, credit period availed, credit period availed. I hope you are clear with this. So operating cycle period and the cash conversion cycle. May I have confirmation please? यहाँ तक सब कुछ clear है? Shall I move to the questions now? And we had also seen, I guess, the formulas of it. Let me just take you to the formulas, so that will be a clear cut reversion, you know. Okay, so it starts with raw material holding period. The formula is very simple. You just write the stock of raw material in the numerator, and that is to be divided by the average consumption of raw material on a daily basis. Now, how do you interpret this? Say you have got a stock of 50,000 rupees, and on a daily basis, you consume the raw material of 1500 rupees. So if one day is taken to consume 1500 rupees of raw material, then in how many number of days this 50,000 will get exhausted? So 50,000 divided by 1500, cross multiplication. Again telling you the interpretation of this, please put it in the back of your mind. In one day, the raw material consumed will be of 1500 rupees. So how many number of days will be taken to exhaust your ongoing inventory of 50,000, which you maintain on an average basis? You know, 50,000 of inventory will always be there in your godown. तो आपकी वो इन्वेंटरी कितने दिन में खत्म होती है? That is basically the raw material storage period. I hope you are getting my point. Then work in progress point, pre-holding period, a slight modification will be there in a formula. So you first write the stock of WIP, which is work in progress, half completed, not entirely completed. Then average cost of production per day will be taken, because WIP are valued at cost of production. I guess in the costing for managers or accounting for manager, you might have studied that the cost sheet format, you know, it starts with the prime cost, then you reach to cost of production, direct labor, direct overheads you add, you know, then you reach to cost of goods sold, then there will be a cost of sales, then you add a profit, and then there will be a sales amount. So that entire cost sheet structure you will have to refer a bit, because working capital management also takes some help of management accounting. So it's combination of bit of finance and management accounting. So average cost of production per day. Then finished goods are valued at cost of goods sold, COGS. Numerator will remain same. Instead of raw materials holding raw material inventory, you will have the finished goods inventory. And receivables period can also be found like average receivables divided by average credit sales per day. So that will tell you that what is the time for which the debtor will remain. सिंपल सी बात है ना, समझ लो आपके पास 50,000 रुपए का डेटर है. Then on a daily basis, what is the credit sale you are doing? So in how many number of days your entire debtors will get over? So daily basis you are doing the sales of say 2,000. So I am putting that in a denominator. So your entire data of 50,000 will be exhausted, will be consumed in how many days? So 50,000 divided by 2. And similarly, credit period allowed by suppliers can also be found by the same that average payables we have, that means the amount of creditors we have on a balance sheet, to be divided by average credit purchases per day. So how much credit purchases we are doing on a daily basis, so that my entire payables will get exhausted. So that is the holding period, or in other words, I can say the credit period allowed by suppliers. May I have confirmation that till now we are absolutely clear? यहाँ तक सब कुछ clear है बेटा? Received from Jaydev. Others please. Shall I move ahead? Once we'll do the practical question of it, I guess there will be a better clarity. Nothing to be worried about. Good. Received from Miss Shreya as well. Nice. Let's move ahead. Let's go to a question straight away. Let's take a simple question first, and then we'll go to Reliance Industries Limited. So, Kalinbhai Limited has the registered office at Mirzapur. The company is dealing in the manufacturing of licensed guns. From the following information given by the company, you are required to find operating cycle period and cash conversion cycle. So raw material holding inventory consumed during a year weighs 6 lakhs rupees. That is basically raw material consumed. So raw material consumed in the entire year is how much? 6 lakhs. You may take a snap of this, please, everyone. Then average stock of raw material which they are maintaining is 50,000. The total raw material cost for the entire year is how much? 6 lakhs, given in the first detail. Then the stock which you are maintaining is 50,000. Work in progress, in other words, they would have written cost of production here. Generally, I don't find any mistakes in CA modules, but here I guess better words they would have used would have been cost of production. So 5 lakhs rupees is the cost of production. Finished goods, which is basically the COGS, cost of goods sold for the entire year, 8 lakhs rupees, and the inventory of the finished goods is 40,000. Inventory, that means the stock of WIP we maintain on an average basis, is 30,000 rupees. Then good thing is that average collection from debtors is given 45 days, and average credit period we have availed from our suppliers is also given. So number of days in year are 360 days. Just for the simplicity of calculation, they have said 360, you can assume. Well, so let me just write the formula again. First of all, we have raw material holding period. Formula is raw material stock to be divided by raw material consumed per day. So raw material consumed per day will require another Hello, I have joined back. I'm really sorry, got disconnected due to some internet connectivity issues. I hope my voice is audible. Confirmation, please. Is my voice audible to everyone? Thank you so much, Jaidev. Sharing my screen again. Can you just tell me at what point of time we got stuck? कहाँ तक आपको सुनाई दे रहा था, थोड़ा सा बताइएगा प्लीज. Could you hear this formula? Raw material holding period. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Veronica. So we were there into this formula. So raw material consumed per day will be raw material consumed during the entire year divided by 360. And the entire year's consumption is 6 lakhs rupees. 6 lakhs here to be divided by 360. So we get a consumption per day. May I have answer please? 6 lakhs divided by 360 क्या आता है? ओके, लेट्स बी इंटरेक्टिव प्लीज. मुझे अनम्यूट करके आंसर बताइए बेटा. यहाँ पे चैट बॉक्स में आके देखना पड़ेगा मुझे, कोई बात नहीं, चलो. 1666.67. 1666.67. So that will be taken here in the denominator. Raw material stock is how much from the given question? 50,000 rupees. To be divided by 1666.67. So there will get number of days. What do we get? Can someone tell me please? How many number of days? Yes, please. 30 days. Okay. So 30 days will be the raw material holding period. Moving to next one, which will be WIP holding period equals to WIP stock divided by cost of production per day. तुमने WIP को स्टॉक को जो रिकॉर्ड करके रखा है वो कौन से वैल्यू से रिकॉर्ड करके रखा है? कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन से. तो तुम्हारे पास कितने दिन का स्टॉक है? कितने दिन का तुम्हारे पास स्टॉक है? यही तो होता है WIP होल्डिंग पीरियड. सो WIP होल्डिंग पीरियड कितने दिन के लिए है भैया हमारे पास? Pen has stopped working. Started. So the stock of WIP we have got from a question is average WIP inventory is 30,000. Please check it out, fourth number line. So 30,000 will be your numerator. Then denominator will again be another formula. Per day consumption will be total cost of production divided by number of days in a year. So which will be total cost of production is 5 lakhs divided by 360. So you get, what do you get? Can someone tell me please? 5 lakhs divided by 360, 1388.89. So 1388.89 will be there in a denominator. So divide 30,000 by that. So you get WIP holding period. $21.6 days. Okay. Then move to number 3. After that, we are supposed to find finished goods holding period, right? Finished goods holding period formula is finished goods stock divided by cost of goods sold per day. Now, finished goods stock is how much in the entire year? I mean, prevailing right now on an average basis. So, finished goods stock is 40,000 and the COGS is 8 lakhs. So, 40,000 in denominator we have 8 lakhs, and that 8 lakhs will further be divided by 360. So, just give me a final answer in number of days. Let's have the active interaction, guys. Miss Hemal is saying 18 days. Very nice, Miss Hemali. After that, receivables collection period is straight away given to us, 45 days. And average credit period we have availed from our creditors is also given to us. So this everything is given to us now. Now we are not supposed to find anything. Just write the formula. Operating cycle period equals to raw material holding period plus WIP holding period plus finished goods holding period plus you receive the money from your debtors collection period. So that is, first we have got 30 days, then WIP holding period we have got is 21.6 days, and finished goods holding period we have got is 18 days, plus receivables collection is directly given to us in a question, 45 days. So how many total number of days we have? Can someone tell me please? $30 plus 21.6 plus 18 plus 45. 114.6 days. So that is the operating cycle period. Let's find the cash conversion cycle. Sometimes this operating cycle period is also referred as net operating cycle period. So cash conversion cycle equals to 114.6 days minus the credit period that you have availed from your supplier, which is 45 days. In bracket I am writing credit period availed. So we get, I guess, 45, 114.6, 15 ने 30 बीजा. No, 45 days ही है कि नहीं, देखते हो कितने days है. 45 नहीं है, sorry 30 days है. Credit period availed is 30 days. Please correction here, 30 days. So 114.6 minus 30 मतलब कि I guess 84.6 days. So that is your cash conversion cycle. Now, how many number of cash conversion cycle you will be able to rotate in a year? Now, shorter the period, better it is for you. You are able to rotate the more number of cycles in a year, right? So if one cycle takes 84.6 days, then in 360 days, how many cycles will get rotated? So equals to 360 divided by 84.6. So what do we get? Can someone tell me, please? 360 divided by 84.6. 4.25. And that will be times, number of times. तो भैया जितनी ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल तुम रोटेट कर सकते हो या तो फिर कैश कन्वर्जन साइकिल रोटेट कर सकते हो, उतना तुम्हारे लिए अच्छा. शॉर्टर द साइकिल, फास्टर यू आर रोटेटिंग द कैश. Shorter the cycle, faster you are realizing the cash from your inventory. Now let's go to the annual report of Reliance Industries Limited. Now my friends, that's my humble request that whenever you get some time, please inculcate the habit of reading the annual report of any company. Annual report are obviously, as the name itself suggests, are out on annual basis. That includes the financial statements, that includes the management discussion report, director's report, and various other contents are there. Auditor's report, qualifications and statements there. It also includes some expansion plans of a company, futuristic orientation. Then it gives the key figures related to how they have contributed to corporate social responsibility, and various other content is there. Now, I had also taken one webinar one point of time, that how to read the annual report of a company, because that's quite big, 230 to 40 pages may be there for a listed company. So if you want to complete it just in a day and you want to focus only on the aspects which matters the most to you, then you will have to identify appropriately that which information should be referred. Now, if I have that recorded session, I'll definitely share that with you. I'll check it in my library of recorded sessions. So let's go to the annual report of Reliance of 1920. I couldn't find for 2021 because the report of 2021 will not be out yet, because audited financial statements would not have happened yet. Once the audited financial statements they receive, then the annual report may be published. So right now we are into a July month. So March ending, and after that 3 months have gone. So it's difficult to complete the final audit in 3 to 4 months. Generally in the month of September, October, you may get the annual report of 2020. So 1920 figures we are taking. Now for the simplicity of calculation, we are going to anyway find the operating cycle period of Reliance Industries Limited from the given information we have. We'll also find the cash conversion cycle. So for simplicity of calculation, I have just noted down the pages that we are going to refer. So their financial statements, balance sheet and P&L are presented at page number 140, 124, and in the financial statements, there may be notes to accounts. So let me just take you over there so you'll be able to get it in better way. Page number 140. (124). Now in PDF it will be 124 because my PDF contains 2 pages of annual report. So page of annual report will be different. So this is how they present the financial statement. See, you must have noted that they have put a notes to accounts here. So the meaning of notes to accounts, that if you want to refer that what are the various other contents of this particular component we have got, no, then you may go to notes to accounts and those contents may be found from there. So each and every component will have their own notes to accounts. Well, so what do we require for operating cycle period? Just write it over there. First of all, we'll be requiring the inventory of raw material, right? You will be writing along with me. Then we will require inventory, or I may say the stock of WIP. Then the inventory of finished goods will be required. So it's basically a case study. So if I would have been taken this session physically, then मैं आपको हर एक कंपनी का एनुअल रिपोर्ट दे देता और एक एनुअल रिपोर्ट में से आपको ऑपरेटिंग साइकिल उस कंपनी की फाइंड करनी है. तो आप कैसे करते हैं? सो आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू फॉर वन टाइम. Then in the denominator of raw material holding period, there is raw material consumed per day. So we require raw material consumed amount. Let me take it over here. After that, we require in the denominator of WIP, there will be cost of production, right? So then I'll be requiring cost of production. Obviously, it will be per day, but first we'll be finding it for the entire year and then we'll divide it by 360. Then in the denominator of finished goods, we require cost of goods sold. So we also require COGS here. Then we require the receivables amount. And in the denominator of receivables amount, to find the collection period from debtors, there is credit sales, right? So we require credit sales. And last component of the operating cycle period is the credit period availed from suppliers. So numerator is trade payables, or I may say the creditors or the creditors amount. And in that denominator, we have credit purchases per day. So we will also require credit purchases. So inventory of raw material, that can be found in page number 269 of the annual report in the notes to accounts of inventories. And that is in our PDF 136. So let me just take you over there in 136. So friends, at 136 page, there is a notes to accounts 5 number. Now in their balance sheet, they would have recorded the inventories, total amount of inventories. ये क्या हो गया इसको? हाँ, तो in their balance sheet they would have recorded the amount of inventories. Now there is a breakup of that inventory. So you may see that raw material inventory is 15,040 for year number 2020. So I'm writing it 15,040. An inventory of WIP may be found from there only. Just check it out. Hello students, I am really sorry. I mean, what kind of this internet connectivity issues are? I'm being disconnected. Anyway, is my voice audible now? I'm anyway going to complete in just 3 to 4 minutes. Thank you, Jaydev. Sharing my screen again. So we were there into this Reliance operating cycle period.